guess I'm dyslexic. I have a visual memory problem, whatever the hell that means. ADD still works pretty much. If you go get tested, I'll come up with most of the things there. I grew up in England where there's like very little support for that stuff. There wasn't any. So when I got to the States, when I was like 8, 3rd grade, I still couldn't read. And in England, like the classrooms were really public. There was no kind of one-on-one time with the teachers, like you read in front of the class, and if you got left behind, you just kind of got left behind. And nothing was like tailored to individual interests, right? So when I got to the States, my teacher came up to me and he was like, "Kayla, what are you interested in?" I was like, "Wolves." And so he had provided me with all these children's books about wolves, and then finally I was like, "Oh my god, I'm interested in something." Like, yeah, totally. And I learned to read with wolf books. It was awesome. That's almost incredibly tangential to your project, but okay.
I think the idea of like actually learning once your teacher found something that you're interested in is like really fascinating, because I see like a lot of education not like kids feeling like it's not applicable to them, or like students in general. And I don't know, do you think that makes sense for your like life at college, or do you feel like you've gotten to pick things that you're interested in?
I feel a bit of both. Like I guess like I was thinking about this earlier on, and I don't know if it's like that little chicken and egg analogy there, right? Like I love art. I'm also super into like my gender major and like, comparative American studies and all that stuff. And I've like completely shied away from languages and sciences and maths and stuff. And like whether I shied away from that because that's just like not in my interest, or whether I shied away from that because I just can't do it. I don't know. And also like probably my interests are tailored to things that I like feel good at and feel accomplished.
Fair enough.
There definitely are challenges, like in terms of like how in terms of like how I can like engage with the reading materials and the assignments, and like how that translates to engaging in the classroom. I think that after 4 years of college, I've definitely got to a space where I was able to negotiate like being a super slow reader and like having to like really like take, like I can't like not being able to like talk in class off the bat, because in terms of analyzing like the material, because like it just took a little longer, and like I've come to a space where like that's okay and it's fine. But my first few years here like definitely a challenge in terms of that, like regardless of the fact that I was like very engaged in the subject matter that I was learning about.
Do you get frustrated when you're doing art in the same way that you might doing like readings or papers? Like does it feel the same?
No, not at all.
Okay. Talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, no, not at all. Well, actually, you know, you have your question here, like, do you like to learn, and do you like to do your work? Yeah, I love to learn, and I think that when I'm doing art, it's just a constant process of learning, and I don't conceptualize it as work. Like, if it's work, it's busy work, like, for the process of learning. Yeah, so, like, my time there is just, like, completely, like, active engagement, like, in whatever I'm doing, and, like, I'm working towards a goal, and, yeah, and everything is just, like, part of that learning experience. And for me, more academic settings, like, the learning happens for me in the classroom. Learning happens through conversations. The learning happens through, just, like, listening to people, talking to people, interacting with people, like, exchanging ideas, listening to the professors. Like I love most of the professors here. They're really fantastic resources, you know, and they've been fabulous to me. But no, when I have to write a paper, when I don't have the time I need to read at a leisurely pace, and it's just kind of stressful, that's work. That's not something, I don't consider that learning. I consider that I have to get that out of the way in order to get the grade so I can like stay in this institution, you know. And then I feel like you have to distinguish between, like, just because you don't like to work, for a lot of people I think translates into being lazy. But there's like such a difference between like how do you define work and like how do you define laziness. I feel like I mean a lot of, in fact, like maybe just like a lot of folks I know with like learning disabilities like have a lot of trouble like doing academic work work super hard and like engage like super hard in like political activism, like other activities, organizing on campus. Like it's not a matter of being, or like arts, like you'll put in hours in the art studio, you'll go visit professors just to like talk about a topic that really interested you. Like you put in the time, and you'll, it's like, it's not a matter of being lazy, it's a matter of like, in some academic settings, just coming up against this like wall of frustration that like other people find so easy to cross. Like yeah, like, it sucks when it takes you like 15 hours to like do an assignment that it takes someone else like maybe 3 to 5 hours to do, and like that's not a matter of it. That's not a matter of like being lazy, and it's just a matter of, yeah, like you said, like it sucks to have to associate that type of work with like personal failure all the time. You know, as opposed to like putting in hours for like, work